HR Quick Learning Bytes, your one-stop shop for bite-sized HR insights designed to support Lynker managers. Every session spotlights a topic to strengthen your leadership toolkit, enhance team engagement, and keep you informed on HR best practices. This HR Quick Byte is all about giving our program managers a clear, practical process to identify and grow high-potential talent on their teams. We all have employees who stand out, those who take initiative, adapt quickly, and consistently raise the bar. This session is designed to help you recognize that potential early, support their development, and keep them engaged so Lynker continues to build a culture of growth and fulfillment. Think of it as your roadmap for spotting tomorrow's leaders and giving them the tools they need to thrive today. When we talk about high potential employees, we're looking beyond strong performance. These are people who not only excel in their current roles, but also show the ability and drive to take on bigger, more complex challenges in the future. They're curious, adaptable, and emotionally intelligent, the kind of employees who seek feedback, embrace change, and help lift others around them. At Lynker, high potential talent reflects our culture. They grow, collaborate, and lead with purpose. They're not just focused on what's next for them, but on how they can make an impact on the organization as a whole. Once you know what high potential employees look like, the next step is to identify them on your team. Step 1 is to review performance trends. Look at the past year. Who's consistently exceeded expectation? And just as important, who does it while staying open to feedback and collaboration? Step 2 is to evaluate growth behaviors. Ask yourself, who takes ownership without being asked? Who looks for ways to improve processes or adapt when things shift? Those small actions tell you a lot about potential. Step 3 is to gather peer feedback. Sometimes the best insight comes from the team. Ask, who do you go to when you need help? Or who steps up when there's a gap? That peer perspective often confirms who truly leads by influence. Step 4 is to observe communication and influence. Look for those employees who speak up with solutions instead of complaints, who communicate clearly across levels, and who can rally others around a goal, even without formal authority. Those behaviors signal real leadership potential. Step 5 is to document your observations. Use the high potential identification template to jot down specific examples that show adaptability, collaboration, and initiative. Having these notes helps you to stay objective and makes it easier to track each person's growth over time. Once you've identified your high potential employees, the next step is to help them grow. Step 1 is to assign stretch projects. Give them opportunities that push them about 10 to 20% outside of their comfort zone. Projects that build new skills, involve problem solving, or require leadership. Maybe it's leading a cross-team initiative or presenting to senior leaders. The goal is to help them grow through experience, not just training. Step 2 is to pair them with a mentor. Find someone who can challenge and guide them, ideally a leader with strengths that complement theirs. Encourage regular check-ins focused on development, lessons learned, and career growth. Mentorship is one of the most effective ways to accelerate growth and build confidence. Once you've identified someone with real potential, it's just as important to help them feel seen and supported. Step 3 is about visibility and recognition. High potential employees thrive when they know their work matters. So invite them into the room. Let them sit in on a strategy meeting or share their progress in a team update. Recognize their wins publicly, even in small ways. It shows you see their effort and believe in their future. Step 4 is to create a 6-month development plan. Keep it simple, 1 goal for performance, 1 for growth, and 1 for visibility. Maybe that means leading a project, earning a certification, or presenting at a meeting. What matters most is staying engaged in their progress and helping them stretch in meaningful ways. Once you've identified and started developing your high potential employees, the next step is making sure they stay engaged and growing. High potential employees want to feel challenged, supported, and seen. The moment that stops, they start to disengage. So our job as leaders is to keep that momentum going. Schedule regular one-on-ones focused purely on development, not just project updates, but real conversations about where they want to go and how you can help them get there. Use the SBI method. Describe the situation, the behavior, and the impact so your feedback stays clear and constructive. Encourage continuous learning. Share courses, stretch opportunities, or mentorship connections that align with their goals. Help them to see a clear path forward by talking through future roles and the skills they'll need to grow into them. And finally, give them a voice. Let them contribute ideas, lead small initiatives, and take ownership of improvements. When people feel trusted and know their goals matter, they're far more likely to stay engaged and bring their best to the team. Identifying and developing high-potential employees is just the start. The real impact comes from tracking their growth and progress over time. Make it part of your routine to review and update your list of high performers each quarter. Document the development activities you've put into place, things like mentoring, stretch projects, or new responsibilities, and note the progress you're seeing. During your regular manager check-ins, reflect on what's working. Have they taken on new challenges, built new skills, shown more confidence or leadership? These are the signs that your development efforts are paying off. Tracking doesn't have to be complicated. It's simply about being intentional and consistent. When we capture and share these insights, we can celebrate growth, spot new opportunities, and make sure our talent pipeline keeps getting stronger. This checklist is here to help keep the process simple and consistent as you identify and develop your high-potential employees. Start by reviewing your team's performance data on a regular basis. Look for those who not only deliver results but also show adaptability and initiative. Then narrow your focus to 1 or 2 employees who really stand out. Give them meaningful opportunities, a stretch project, a mentor, or visibility in leadership spaces where they can learn and grow. Continue checking in on their progress, updating development plans, and recognizing their efforts. That steady attention makes a huge difference in keeping your high-potential employees engaged and moving forward. Think of this checklist as your guide for consistency, the small steps that build lasting growth over time. As you start putting this into practice, there are a few common pitfalls to watch out for. First, promoting too early. It's easy to get excited about somebody's potential, but make sure they're truly ready before expanding their role. Growth takes time, and giving them space to build confidence and skills first sets them up for success later. Second, overlooking soft skills. Technical ability doesn't always equal leadership readiness. Pay attention to things like communication, emotional intelligence, and teamwork. They're just as important as performance results. Third, not following through. Development is an ongoing process, not a one-time conversation. Keep checking in, coaching, and recognizing progress. And finally, don't keep all of your high-potential employees on one team. Share opportunities across programs. When we spread the talent and collaboration, everyone benefits. To make it easier to put what we've covered into practice, we've included a few helpful resources you can access anytime. You'll find templates for identifying high-potential employees, creating individual growth plans, and setting up mentorships, all designed to guide you through each step of the process. These materials are available on the Lynker Intranet under the HR Quick Learning Bytes section, and they're also attached to the announcement email for this session. There's also a link to the ADP HR Quick Byte on how to assign modules to your team, a great way to support learning and development right within the system you already use. Take a few minutes to explore these resources and think about which ones you can start using with your team. They're meant to make growing and supporting your high potential employees simple and consistent. As we wrap up today's session, I just want to thank you all for taking the time to focus on developing our people. Identifying and growing high potential employees isn't just about filling future roles. It's about building a culture where everyone has the opportunity to learn, lead, and thrive. The effort you put into recognizing and supporting your team members makes a real difference, not only for them, but for Lynker as a whole. Every conversation, every stretch project, every bit of the feedback contributes to a strong, more engaged workforce. So as you head back to your teams, think about one person you can start investing in right away, someone who's ready for that next challenge. Small, consistent steps can turn potential into real leadership growth. Thank you again for all you do to support your teams and for helping us continue to build a culture of growth and opportunity at Lynker. And as always, if you have any suggested topics for future HR Quick Learning Bites, please reach out to Jackie Williams at jwilliams@lynker.com.